Hi everyone, and I'm Linda V. Taylor. Welcome to Linda's Electric Quilters on YouTube. I'm here with Corey Pearson in McKinney, Texas.
Oh, thank you so much for being here, Linda. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
So we have a really fun project to start on, but before we get started, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with our videos.
That's very important.
It is very important,
yes.
Yeah. So what have you got for us today?
Well, a Lonestar.
A Lonestar, of course.
And it's one that you bought for a really good deal.
Yeah, you know, I always get you on those deals.
I don't understand. Boy, you people better be out there looking for quilt tops before he gets them all.
Yeah, so I got this Lonestar.
Because this is really pretty.
Yeah, I got this one for $2.
I don't know why they didn't just hand it to you when you walked in the door. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing. But we're going to stabilize it. We have to separate the borders. It does have borders. So we're going to separate the borders and then go around the, just as we're working with it.
Right.
Because what I'm going to do is freehand in this middle part, and you're going to do...
I'm going to do Statler work on the outside.
Yeah, how's
awesome.
that?
All right, well, let's get started.
All right. I am going to, first of all, stitch between the border and the body of the quilt, and I'm just using my ruler. You see how my hand is flat, Corey?
Mm-hmm.
It's really important to be able to keep your hand flat. When I go horizontally, oftentimes I feel like I can just go across if I'm careful. Just pull it across like that. Or if I don't feel like that's a good idea and I could go faster, then I will go this way. Now you have to understand that this quilt isn't completely flat.
Right.
What do you want for $2?
Well, I mean, what do you want for $2?
That's
exactly.
Right. And also, it's just not perfectly square, but that doesn't mean one iota difference to me because I'm going to make it look so fantastic, and you are as well. So we'll do that, and once we get around to the other side, then I'll just show you how I go down the diagonal like this. And that's one place where I really have to have my ruler because I just don't know how you do a diagonal without it. And I stay just a bit titched to the muslin side because I don't want to get on that red or that yellow.
Right,
so
that'll be real noticeable.
Real important to me to keep that. So that's the stabilizing, and I would probably on a quilt this size where it's this small, I would probably stabilize the whole quilt. But I know we're going to get, just get started on the parts that we have stabilized. So.
Right.
But I would do the whole quilt. Whoops, I'm a little out of line there. When I get out of line, that could happen to you. Yes, it could. Just go back and start. Just make sure you have a little extra stitch there. And then either have a piece of tape that you can put on there, to indicate to go back and unpick that later. But you see, that's going to be real easy for me to unpick. And if I had to stop and start, it would take too long.
Yeah, just hop right over it and fix it later.
Sometimes I get out of a ditch, but you can correct it, okay?
Okay.
And then we're ready to put our patterns in.
Awesome. All right, Linda, so I'm going to go ahead and start working on these outer squares and triangles. I'm going to leave the border for later on.
Okay.
But I want to do point to point in these.
Okay.
Okay?
So you're too excited to do those. You have to do those now.
I got to do them now.
Okay.
Okay. So I have chosen some patterns on our computer screen. I've got this point-to-point diamond, and then it's half piece, which is just the triangle. Okay. So when we were talking about point-to-point, I know before we started this segment, you were learning more about it and understanding it. So if you look on our computer screen, we have our point-to-point triangle here, and it's going from left to right. So if I drag and drop it to the screen, you can see that if I was clicking with the head of my machine in the left-right direction, it would come right side up. Okay.
Okay.
But I want to be able to click these out and they stitch continuously.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because we have a Statler, we can do that. And if you don't have it, that's fine. You can block out each one of these and that works. But I want to be able for this whole thing to stitch continuously.
Okay.
So if I want this pattern to come in upside down, I'm going to have to click my points from right to left.
Okay.
Okay, because if you look at the pattern on the screen, left to right puts it right side up.
Okay.
But I need it upside down. So I'm going to start my clicking from this side and make my way this way, which is a little opposite from the way we would think. So I'm going to do something that we call a concatenating. So I'm going to left click on the diamond first. I'm going to hold Control, and then I'll left click on the triangle piece. And I can come in, withdraw pattern, and then click those out. But when you were doing your stitch in the ditch, you noticed that this wasn't perfectly square.
Yeah, I did.
So we first need to draw boundaries before we do anything.
Okay.
Because we want to be able to draw the boundaries and see where these are going to place.
Good idea.
So I'm going to come to Draw Boundary. And with the head of my machine, I'm going to click out boundaries. Now, that doesn't really matter what direction you do that in.
Oh, I'm glad to know that.
But I'm going to click this out as one big boundary so I don't have to, cut it out each time and start a new piece. And you can do as many points as you want when you're doing a boundary, which I love. Because there's no telling what it's going to end up looking like.
No, and there's some little aberrations in there that could throw you off. I don't know if they will on this particular thing you're doing, but...
So I'm just going to make my way around.
Yeah, those diagonals.
Come on down. And make my way back up to the top so I can see everything that I need. And where's it out on the screen? There we are. So that's what we've got. Okay?
Okay.
So not that bad, actually.
No.
So I'm going to select my diamond piece, hold Control, and then select the triangle. And so they're both highlighted, and then I'm going to go to Draw Pattern. And we talked about that we need to click these out from this right-hand side over to the left for that triangle to fall in place. So I'm going to come here to the bottom right-hand side, and I'm going to click Select. Can I come up to the top left and press Select? Come to the other side of this triangle and press Select. And come down here to the bottom left of this square and press Select. I'll hit Close Drawing and Exit Drawing, and you can see on the screen what it came out to look like.
I should say.
So what I can do is I can manipulate these a little bit so I can make sure that they stay where they need to. So I'm going to select this. I'll just start with the first one.
So you can select, they're not all just one now.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they're individual patterns still, which is great.
Perfect.
So what I can do is select one of these, and then I'm going to double click until I get my gray handles. And what your gray handles are your stretch handles, and they allow you to stretch certain points or pieces of the pattern.
Yeah, I can get into a lot of trouble with those.
They're so much better in CS7 than anything, but we can manipulate them to get that point exactly where we want them. And they can be a little finicky sometimes. And I didn't know if you knew this, but if you hold down, left click and hold on one of these handles, any of them, you can then use the arrow key on your keyboard.
Okay, I didn't know that.
To make very fine-tuned adjustments.
Okay.
So I'm over here playing
so
now,
much
but
when I come and quilt with you. It's so fun.
So let's do that one. I'm really having fun playing with this one. I should be using my keyboard like I told you to.
Sometimes I just know that I need to leave it alone because I don't get anything.
But I can do that one.
What a good hint.
But I'm just going to work my way around. So try and place these at the best point that I can. Now you can also have your nodes, and you can move each one of these if you want to. So I can kind of get it to a point where I'm good, like that. And I'm going to come in and play with those in a second. And I'll move that one. And then this is going to bug me if I don't fix it, which I could just manipulate the fabric, but I've really got to fix that.
Arrow key. Yeah.
There we go. Just use the arrow keys. So once I have that placed, I can then
that looks terrific.
hit Start Quilting.
Yeah.
Pull up that bobbin thread, it'll tie off, and we'll let it do its thing. So then just like that, this goes right in that point perfectly with us being able to do that little stretch.
Did.
Yeah.
And you know, we really couldn't do those nice straight lines without a ruler.
Right.
So this is really handy.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it with any type of machine. You don't have to have a Statler to do
No,
this.
you don't.
It just made it a little easier because we could click all the way across that way.
And it's a cute pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pattern by Joyce Lendergan. It's called Dart, P2P, I believe is what it's called. But it's just super cute. So it's going to make its way back.
I love to see the way they stitch out.
Right,
you know?
seeing how it got digitized.
Oftentimes they're different than I would have stitched it freehand. But,
right.
It works out really well.
Well, Linda, it's on its way. It's almost done.
Yeah, it went way faster than I imagined.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Joyce makes some really cool patterns. So it's going to do that, and then it's going to take its travel line all the way down to the end.
Ta-da.
And just like that, it'll tie off and we can pull up and cut our bobbin.
Yep. You know what, Corey? I've been looking at this,
Okay.
and I think it would be completely unbelievable if we just put like a little embroidery touch in the outside of each of these Lone Stars.
Okay.
So I want you to take a design, a diamond design,
Okay.
and a complicated one,
Okay.
and put it in there, and we're going to put it in with this beautiful red thread. You're going to love it. You're going to
Okay.
have to finish this right away. No UFOs.
No UFOs. Okay. All right. So I'm going to come over to the computer screen, and this is the design that I chose.
Okay.
When you were
Oh, that'll
telling me
be
about
very
this design,
pretty.
so something that's really intricate. So what I'm going to first start by doing is I'm going to come to draw boundary,
Okay.
and with the head of the machine, if you want to go ahead
I
and
do.
draw around that diamond.
So I go right in the corner, right with the little laser light.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you have
Got
close
it.
drawing, and then exit drawing. So one more time on that middle. There we go. Good. Okay. So I've got this one, and I was playing with it, so I'll just drag and drop it over here. And I'm going to use my handles to bring it down. A little further down than we needed, but that's okay. And I can fill it in however I would like to put that in there.
Oh, it's going to be so awesome.
So I'll zoom it in, and let's put that there, and we can really play with this to get the correct angle. Now, a cool thing about CS7 is down here you see that we have our selected pattern properties. This is the angle. So if I really want to double check what this angle needs to be, I can actually use this plus or minus key, and it does small rotations.
Oh.
So instead of having to play with this and it goes back and forth,
Right, right.
you can increase or decrease, and it does really tiny adjustments, which really helps when you're doing that custom
Especially
stuff.
once you get it close, but then you want to just get
Just
a little
bit
closer.
more. Yeah. All right, so just like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, wait till you see this.
I know.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to increase the stitches per inch, though.
Yes, you'll
Yeah.
need at least 18.
Yeah. So I'm going to right click on it, and there's pattern properties, or there's this little eye right here,
Okay.
and I can left click on that, and that'll bring them up as well.
Oh, well, that's simpler, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've got my SPI, and you said at least 18.
18.
And press enter, and then I'll say save and close.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then what we can do is click on Start Quilting. And I'll ask to pull up that bobbin thread.
I'll just move the thread out of the way here till we get scissors.
So doing a really tight design
Oh,
there
I
on the
know it
outside.
is. That's exactly what I wanted. Of course, it's your quilt.
Yeah, well.
But if you hate it, I'll buy it from you. I'll double your price.
You'll double it.
Yeah, we got to make these awesome. And I love this quilt because it's got like different colors of red in it,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, the points don't match. And it's just,
I like it
I
a
love
lot.
doing this
Yeah.
because when you get through, it's a masterpiece.
Exactly.
And people think it's only worth $2. And no, it isn't.
It's worth quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, look how awesome that's going to be. I
That's
knew
looking
it.
really cool.
I knew it. We're just using a real deep thread. I wanted to really get that deep, deep thread in there. Red. That's going to make the quilt, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having that on all four. I can't count. All 8 of the Lone Star blades. Wow.
That's a perfect design for that one.
Yeah, that's a Greek Lone Star blade by Kim Diamond.
Wow, wow, wow. Told ya.
Hey, I never doubted you.
Okay.
I think about it once or twice, but I never doubt you.
Oh, man. That is going to be, that's where your eye's going to go every time you look at the star.
Yeah,
it's
all
just going to
around.
be right there.
Cool. So
Yep.
you said that you've got some other cool stuff for the inner
I
parts.
do. In this area, of course, you could do continuous curve, and there's just so many ideas you could do. I would like to just do, and we'll record it so you can continue to have that pattern.
So then I can finish this, and it'll be the same
Yeah,
all the way around.
I won't be going up into that area, of
Okay.
course. And so if you just put me in constant and put me on about 15,
Okay.
I'm going to start in the middle.
Let me do that. Let me put you at constant, put you on 15. And then for the record function, let me go ahead and see where that's at. So before you start quilting, you would click record. And then once you click it, then you can press the start button and begin your stitching from there.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
don't have to start and then push record. You
Right.
push record.
Yeah,
and
so
then-
hit record first and then start.
Okay, here we go. Hang on, everybody. I'm coming into kind of a pinwheel like that. Then I'm coming right over there. These are kind of straight. They will turn into feathers, but right now they're kind of straight. I'm just reaching out to the areas where I need to be. And you know what? We forgot to drop the belts.
Oh, yeah, let's go
So
ahead and do
this
that
is
real
a
quick.
little bit difficult,
Okay, well, let me do that
if
for
that's okay. It
Yeah.
will still record, right?
you. Yeah, it will.
Even
It
without the
takes
belts?
2 quick seconds. Yeah, well, that's one of the really cool things is you don't have to have the belts on to do record. You can actually record with just the encoders,
Love that.
which are amazing. So I'll bring that off. And then before you start again, just make sure you hit the record button and then you can say start.
Okay. There we go. Oh, much easier. Thank you, Corey.
You're welcome.
I'm just going up into those areas, and now you can see it's turning into the long arm feather. And I just reach out into the areas where I need to have that feather. And over to the seam line. And here, now in the red, it's going to be really important that I kind of do the same number of feathers. 1, 2, 3. And then I just come over here, go right over here. And I'll avoid that middle one because you're going to put that awesome design there.
Yeah.
Reach out up here. See, I can do the middle of this star so quickly. Holy cow. It's hardly fair when you think of the pioneers. And these will get smaller. And then you could just keep going. Isn't that going to be awesome?
Perfect. So yeah, no, I want to show them that right over here on the screen. You can see how cool that really looks.
Yeah.
Right there, as you can just see that recorded that, and then it saves it as a pattern in your pattern project, so you can always have it and always use it. Yeah.
Terrific. All right. Well, this is going to be fabulous. It's going to be
Fumulous?
fabulous. Funulous. I was going to make up a new word.
I
but-
like it though.
Well, thank you.
It works.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. This was amazingly fun.
Yeah, no, I had a really fun time, and the fact that I recorded that, so I can just use that all over the place.
And I learned a lot from you, so thank you very much.
You're welcome. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with our videos. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.